And they face off with Dallas Keuchel, who's had a bounce-back season. He was the Cy Young Award winner 2 years ago. Struggled last year. He's been pretty good this year as we look at our Geico pitcher profile.
Well, very much of a control artist, Joe. I mean, X Games, what I mean by that is he has pitches that move right to left and left to right on both sides of the plate. A little swing back two-seamer on right-handers to kind of freeze them with 2 strikes. And very much of a perfectionist. I mean, if he misses his spots, he knows he's going to get hurt. So he's very dedicated to executing that game plan and really having good control with all his pitches.
He missed 2 months this year with the neck discomfort, had a pinched nerve in his neck, so almost all of June and July was out. And struggled in his first month back in August, but a strong finish with an earned run average below 3 in September. He gave up just 1 run over 7 innings in a Game 3 win against Kansas City. On the ground to third, this is Bregman. 1 out. The longest tenured Red Sox continues to battle through it. To walk that line in September of trying to keep him fresh while at the same time keeping him ready by getting him as much action against live pitching as they could. That's a 4-pitch walk, and the Red Sox have their first base runner. Statcast powered by Amazon Web Services. You're talking about the ground ball percentage of Keuchel, and part of the issue last year when he struggled compared to his 2015 season is that he wasn't getting ground balls at this rate.
Well, he has to. If he's going to be successful, he has pitched up more, he said recently.
There's a ground ball there. Altuve feeds Correa, who will hold on to it. Benintendi aboard on a fielder's choice. Under at first with 2 out. Here comes a 1-1. Betts shoots one to right. That's a base hit. It trickles down the line, and Betts is on his way to second with a 2-out double. So Mookie Betts puts him at second and third with 2 gone here in the first.
For me, he's the most important guy in the Red Sox lineup for this series. If they're going to win this series, Hanley Ramirez has to have big hits.
Off of the hands here. Bregman's got it. And that does it for the Red Sox in the first. Keuchel able to pitch around some 2-out trouble. The Astros come up for the first time against Drew Pomeranz.
The thing about Pomeranz's curveball, Coney, is that it's not like a strikeout curveball. It's not a swing and miss curveball. It's more of a let's get bad contact off my curveball.
Banged into the ground to Pedroia at second, and George Springer the first out.
Things always seem to go one way or the other your first postseason game. Either really bad or really good. Bregman good, Sale bad. We saw it in the other series. Severino in the wild card game.
Bregman flies one to right. Mookie Betts is out there. And for Pomeranz, 2 up, 2 down. Altuve goes after the first pitch and deposits a base hit for left center. You might have had 4 hits in your first postseason game, but I'm pretty sure you never hit 3 home runs in a postseason game like Altuve did yesterday.
I never did that. Altuve loves the first pitch. We saw it there, first pitch curveball from Pomeranz. Most hits in baseball over the last few years on the first pitch. Altuve hits everything, and you try to get him just to make bad contact. And that's a pretty good curveball right there. He just barrels it up, throws it over Bogart's head for a single. When you're locked in, Coney, you're locked in. Jose Altuve right now is as locked in as you can get.
Fastball is hammered, and the Astros lead 2-0.
Just a rocket here by Correa. We talked about it in the keys to the game. Hey, they got to get Springer and Correa going. Drew Pomeranz lays a fastball, tries to sneak one by him in. Correa doesn't miss it. 2-0 Astros on just a bullet to left field.
Just like in game 1, they ride the long ball to a first inning lead.
Get another look right here. Once it in, it did not stay in. It kind of drifted just a bit, leaked back out over the plate and up. And that is the look of a hitter who knows. He just found the barrel in the sweet spot, and that one ain't coming back.
When you lose that velocity, especially when you're going in, you better miss in off the plate. You can't allow it to leak like that ball did.
Curveball lifted to center and playable for Jackie Bradley Jr. But Carlos Correa hammers the ball out of here to get the Astros in front 2-0 after an inning in Houston. Dallas Keuchel to face Young, Vasquez, and Marrero here in the second inning. For use 3 ground ball outs to get out of a first inning jam. Young goes after the first one that he sees and splits the gap in left center. First pitch that he sees in the postseason, he's got a double. After the leadoff double from Young, here's a 2-1 to Christian Vasquez. Young got a great jump and takes third without a throw. And that's a walk, putting runners at the corners with nobody out. On a 2-2, he got him swinging. And a big first out here in the second for Keuchel. Base hit into center. On the 8th pitch that he sees, Jackie Bradley puts the Red Sox on the board with an RBI single. A 2-2. Bogart's down on strikes, 2 away. 2 on, 2 out. Red Sox getting on the board and a base hit from Bradley. Keuchel trying to limit the damage. Got him swinging. Keuchel winds up with 3 strikeouts in the inning, and for the second time in as many innings, the Red Sox strand 2.
In our pregame meeting with A.J. Hinch, the manager, he talked about the chip on Reddick's shoulder that he's always had, about the knock on him being able to face left-handed pitching. I thought it was a good, good analysis from A.J. Hinch to get him in that game.
Reaches out, flips this one into left center field, where Benintendi puts it away for out number 1. And not only has he improved against left-handed pitching, Josh Reddick got to the point where he had the top average of any left-handed hitter in baseball against left-handed pitching. That's not just improving, that's becoming the best. That's a 4-pitch walk to Gurriel. 1 on, 1 out. Here's a 1-2. Got him swinging with a curve, which he doesn't get a ton of. McCann cracks his bat on a flare to short left center. Bogarts is there to finish the inning. To the bottom of the second we go with the Astros in front 2-1. Where it gets a little out of control, kind of has a mind of its own.
Yeah, you could see what Keuchel had for lunch yesterday in his beard.
Some secrets hidden in there. Benintendi digs it out, and the air to center. George Springer for the first out.
No, he doesn't have his great command with his sinker as of yet, but he's had good sliders, especially into righties.
Bet shoots one up the middle, and Keuchel might have gotten a piece of it to slow it up for Altuve to throw Betts out. 2 away. In this case, one swing could tie it. Keuchel home with a 3-2. He has his first clean inning of the afternoon. Ramirez takes strike 3 call to the bottom of the third in a 2-1 game. Well, coming into the year, who would have thought that Drew Pomeranz would be the guy you'd put in your season on in a game 2 of a division series. This was supposed to be a super rotation for the Red Sox. That ball's driven the other way. It sends Betts back at the wall. It's gone. George Springer goes the other way with a solo shot. Well, A.J. Hinch had a hunch that George Springer was going to have a good day against Pomeranz, and he was right. On a 2-2, Bregman drives the ball into the gap in left center. On his way to second. Throw from Bradley not in time, and it's a double for Alex Bregman.
Here's the home run by Springer. You see the curveball. Not really a mistake, not a bad pitch, but Pomeranz can't believe that it's a home run, and then this is a mistake. Just a fastball down the middle, four-seam barrel finder, we call it. Out over the plate, Bregman shoots it in the gap for another extra base hit for the Houston Astros in this series.
Pomeranz delivers 1-0, and Altuve cracks a soft liner that'll sink in front of Benintendi for a base hit. Bregman in to score on an Altuve single, and the Astros lead 4-1.
Were you a big snapper, Tony?
At times, yes. It's hard to control.
I just love watching his teammates. No one wants to look. They all want to just kind of let him go. Then you walk out of the dugout and they all laugh at you. So
it's better to go down in the tunnel if you can.
That's right.
Carson Smith is on for him. Returned from Tommy John surgery in early September for his first game since May of 2016. And I don't think anybody really expected that Smith would turn into what he has, and that is a very important piece of John Farrell's bullpen in short time.
And this guy is funky. He is funky. He's got a funky delivery. But one thing he does possess is a dirty, dirty slider. This guy's slider is one of the best sliders in the game.
Faces Carlos Correa. The first one backs up on him and allows Altuve to move into scoring position. Right now it's Smith and a 3-2. Correa lays off and earns the walk. The first 4 have reached in this inning for Houston, and they're at first and second for Evan Gattis.
Well, another quality at bat from Correa right there, laying off some tough sliders.
A 4-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded. Caught at third by Marrero. Largely on the roster for his defensive ability, and it comes up big right there for the first out. The Astros already in front 4-1, and the bases loaded against David Price, who's proven to be an important piece moving from the rotation onto the DL, then onto the bullpen, and in 5 games is not allowed to run.
This is not the spot you had envisioned for him coming in. Preferably, you'd like him to start an inning off, not come in with the bases loaded and 1 out.
Got in on him, and it's popped up. Sky high, and the infield fly rule in effect as Bogarts puts it away. Price getting a big second out.
Just an absolutely huge out there by David Price.
Guy that's driven in more runs than anybody on this team this year. With the bases loaded and 2 out in the 3rd, Price delivers to him. And another pop-up. Will it stay in play? Vasquez in the on-deck circle, and David Price eludes more trouble. Stranding the bases loaded and keeping it 4-1.
You know, in the new stadiums here, you can get underneath and throw a little bit if you want.
Line out to short, Young the first out. Keuchel home with a 1-2. 2 out. Keuchel with another 1-2-3 inning. He seems to have settled in with his 4-1 lead. Leading off this fourth for Houston and pulling one directly at Pedroia, playing that rover position like you talked about for the first out of the fourth inning. Springer turns on it over third and down the line. It is a fair ball. Benintendi over to grab it. Springer's got a 1-out double. Yet another extra base hit for the Houston Astros. Alex Bregman with a man on, rolls one to second. Pedroia stumbles, gets to his feet, and gets Bregman just in time. Up to third goes Springer, 2 away. Intentionally walk Jose Altuve, which seems like, of course you're going to do that. But the problem is, you've then got to face Carlos Correa, unless you decide to really throw the book out the window and put him on 2. At the corners with 2 out. Price trying to get out of another jam. A 1-2. Comes back inside and it's popped up. Dustin Pedroia slides under it and makes an awkward catch, but a catch nonetheless. And a 0 put up by Price in the 4th. One, 2. Softly hit along first. Bradley can really move, but Keuchel can really feel. 3 consecutive Gold Gloves for him. And he shovels on to first for the first out of the inning. Up 4-1 in the 5th inning of Game 2 of the American League Division Series. Here he is with a 2-2. Bogart sends a pop fly into center field for George Springer. 2 out.
Pitch number 83 on the way, so Keuchel really in need of a 1-2-3 inning here. Feel like he can go out for the 6th and get through that.
Pedroia rolls it to short where Correa scoops it up, and Dallas Keuchel has retired 11 in a row. You're watching the ALDS on FS1, presented by Doosan. It's 4-1 halfway home. Evan Gattis starting the 5th for Houston and looking at strike 3 through the back door. Here comes Price with a 2-2, and he's got back-to-back strikeouts to open the 5th. The best team in baseball offensively all season long, and so far in this ALDS, no different. 6 home runs over the first game and a half. In his 3rd inning of work here, ready for a payoff. Tap past the mound is short. Bogarts. 1-2-3 with a great stretch in the back end from Hanley Ramirez. So David Price, 2 1/3 scoreless innings. Dallas Keuchel has been tremendous for Houston with 11 in a row retired. He's back out there on the other side of this break in Game 2 of the ALDS. Red Sox trying to solve Keuchel, who's retired 11 in a row since the Red Sox had plenty of traffic over the first 2 innings. It's a big bounce at a first and an easy play for Gurriel. Now these Astros got off to such a hot start this season. They were 60-29 at the break. Best record in franchise history at that point. And rewarded accordingly with 6 All-Stars to lead baseball. But then the injury bug bit them. Not just Carlos Correa, but they had Springer out, McCann out, Gattis, a couple of starting pitchers in Keuchel and in McCullers. Under the deadline, August 31st, in the final seconds, acquired Justin Verlander from Detroit. Went on to win their first American League West title. First title overall since 2001. That swings and misses. Kicks away from McCann, but he throws him out. He walked it. Hanley Ramirez works that count and keeps the inning going, getting Chris Young to the plate as A.J. Hinch comes out, and it looks like that will do it for Dallas Keuchel. And Hinch is going to call down to the bullpen and listen to this ovation. Popped up. Another changeup, and it gets the job done. That's Correa on the right side of the infield to finish the Red Sox in the 6th. That's a fair ball, and it hits off the sidewall, ricocheting to Bogarts. Great hustle from Xander Bogaerts to hold Gonzalez to a leadoff single.
Joe, you're right about Chris Sale. I don't know that Chris Sale will take the ball if they give it to him, but with his numbers and the way, the amount of innings he's thrown, is that really an option that you want to go?
Here's Brian McCann, and he gets hit. Clutching that front hand. So McCann will stay in the game. Rodriguez off to a rough start here with a leadoff single, and then he hits a batter. Now it's the top of the order. Two on, nobody out. And a bouncing ball deflected off of the mound. Pedroia gets the out at second, and that's all. Talk about the confidence of this Alex Bregman. Homered on the first swing of his postseason career. His second overall pick out of LSU. They figured he would thrive on this big stage. High pop fly into right. Gonzalez back to tag at third. Running catch for Betts, and then the ball falls out of his hand. It's all turning up Houston in this one. The out counts, but Gonzalez tags and scores from third, and it's 5-1.
Well, obviously it's shallow, and this part right there, as Betts tries to get rid of it too quickly. Gonzalez had no inkling to go on this at all. And then that happened.
All the breaks. Houston's getting all the breaks. When's the last time you saw a ball fall out of a guy's hand when nothing's really happening?
Altuve put on intentionally for the second time today. 2 on with 2 out. Here's Correa trying to crack it open. That is down the line, a fair ball, and it goes all the way to the corner. Springer's in to score. Here comes Altuve. A 2-run double for Carlos Correa. So Correa, who started the scoring with a 2-run homer, has clubbed a 2-run double. And now Gaddis unloads to deep left field. That's off of the wall. They are partying in Houston. Up 1 game to none. Up 8-1 in game 2. Reddick down with a ground ball to second, and Pedroia throws him out. But the Astros strike for 4. extend the lead to 8-1. For the second time in as many games, Houston has put up 8. One of the strengths of this Boston team has been the outfield defense all year. The ball simply pops out of Mookie Betts' hand. Opens the door for a 4-run inning. This offense doesn't need added opportunities, but Betts gave him one. Hard ground ball and a single to start the inning for Vasquez.
The look on the bench, you're dead. It's like a gut punch. The players feel it. You feel shell-shocked. The manager and the pitching coach feel it. They don't know which moves to make. As AJ said, we're going makeshift here. We're doing things that we normally wouldn't do.
Devers caught out on strikes, 1 away.
Searching for answers.
That one's jammed into short center field, and Springer runs under it for the second out. Xander Bogaerts 0 for 7 in this series after the hot finish to the regular season. Hits one back up the middle. That's Correa, and that's the inning. We stretch in Houston for the Astros all over the Red Sox in Game 2.
To your point, Coney, I agree. The Red Sox have the makings of a team similar to the Astros, but some of the guys took a little step back this year. Betts, his numbers are a little bit down from last year. Bogaerts, Benintendi his first full season. So they have all the pieces in place. They have the pieces in place, but they need these guys to continue their growth to get to that next level if they end up not coming back and winning this series.
Ground ball to the hole, it's short. Bogaerts double clutches and throws late. Gurriel's aboard to lead off this 7th inning. Climbs a ladder here and a pop fly to right. There's Mookie Betts. And hammers this ball down the right field line. That's into the corner and off of the wall. A long single for Brian McCann, and the Astros at the corners with 1 out. He's walked all over the bases. That's popped up. And Ramirez camps under it.
I got my money on Altuve right now. Nothing against Judge. Great year, great player, great kid. But Altuve, just something special about his year this year.
Yeah, so consistent. I think the argument for Altuve is he was there all year long, every month, week to week. Never had any lulls.
Strikes out swinging on a fastball. So the Astros leave the bases loaded, and Jose Altuve is human. Astros in this one. It is 8-1 after they took the opener 8-2 yesterday. This series likely headed to Fenway Park for the Astros on the verge of advancing to the championship series. Luke Gregerson comes in, and his first pitch to Dustin Pedroia is hit on the ground to third. Alex Bregman tried to barehand it, couldn't get it, and Pedroia is aboard to open the inning. Here comes Gregerson's 3-2, and Benintendi swings through it for strike 3, 1 gone. To the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Betts clearly in pain here. Man on, 1 out in an 8-1 game in the 8th. It's a fly ball to left field. And Marwin Gonzalez settles under it for the second out. Gregerson's payoff. Ramirez strikes out swinging. And the beat goes on for the Astros. Up 8-1 to the bottom of the 8th.
It's a bad feeling when you're in the box and you see that guy out there.
Correa is able to turn it around, but in left, Benintendi's there for the first out. Beltran with those 20 seasons and all the great postseason histories, never won a ring. Closest he got was with the Cardinals in 2013. He's got a pinch hit base hit. Haven sends it to center. Jackie Bradley's got it. Signed a 5-year contract in July. 2 games in rookie ball, 4 games in A ball, 5 in AA, 4 in AAA, and then was called up to the majors. He strikes out, and the side is retired. On to the 9th inning in Houston. The Astros 3 outs away from a 2-0 series lead. Our Gatorade Extra Effort player profile looks at Ken Giles, who makes his postseason debut here. Moreland goes the other way. There's Gonzalez making a lunging catch for the first out of the night. Base hit for Vasquez.
Their starting pitching has put them in a hole early both games so far, and then the Astros have just fed off that and gotten better and better, more momentum. So they need a guy. They need Doug Fister to go out there and give him a scoreless first.
You know, their goal is to push it back here to Houston for a Game 5 at that point.
And again, we got the impression today in sitting down with John Farrell that it would not be Chris Sale in Game 4. It's not to say that it won't. The impression that we got was that is at the very least up in the air. Rafael Devers pops the first pitch that he sees into foul ground at third, and the Astros an out away from a 2-0 lead. Our Hankook Tire dynamic play of the game. Back to the first inning for the second day in a row. The Astros getting it started with a home run. Correa with a 2-run, no doubt shot against Drew Pomerantz. They had a 2 in the third and broke it open with a 4-run 6.
Well, just like we talked about, there they were, the 2 runs in the first.
Kicks away from McCann. Vasquez up to second. That's knife through for a base hit. Vasquez will head for the plate. Here's Gonzalez's throw up the line, and an RBI single for Jackie Bradley. His second of the day makes it 8-2. Dominance from Houston in games 1 and 2. Back-to-back 8-2 wins, and the Astros with a 2-game-to-none lead as the series dips to Fenway for Game 3 on Sunday.